Welcome back, everybody. Earthbound Super Series 2023. I am Irving, going to be calming a lovely quad for us this evening. Got a lot of good runners in our... we are in the second round of Swiss of the 2023 tournament. Joined here with Flyeaglesfly versus DNJ versus Serra, or I am bad at naming things versus PebblePossum. So should be line up for a pretty good round of races all around. Oh yes, that's right. It's not an all array round. It is top versus the bottom. So Eagles versus Serra, Pebble versus DNJ. Two separate races, but of course we know deep down everyone is competing for that coveted top quad time, so we can have a little side bet, of course. But as far as the tournament goes, two different races. That is okay. We're just chilling anyways. It's Boogey, we're vibing. I'm not feeling too hot anyways myself. It's allergy time now that the fall is finally here. And I've been sneezing all day. But we're muscling through. You have a pretty general idea. If you just match the colors up, you can just be like, I think there was a stutter there. Definitely fighting an enemy. Welcome in, welcome in. We are just starting the Boogey quad, so come on down. Thank you for the raid peen train. I hope you were... I'm sure you were doing something Earthbound related, so I hope it went well. We, of course, they... Yeah, let me know if the audio like does that weird thing where it switches. It makes me sound like I'm in a bucket, because it'll just do that without me noticing sometimes. So just alert me, and I can switch it fast. But of course, we, as we all know and love, Boogey starts... Earthbound starts with a bunch of walking up this hill in North Onet and walking back down, talking to our best friend in the whole wide world, Porky. Don't be rubbernecking. But not much optimization to be done here. Just gotta kind of make sure you don't get stuck on stuff. Up and down. I think we had a little bit of delay on Pebble, so no big deal though. Just like 10 seconds, it'll all even out. And we've got race time GG, of course. So they should actually all really be neck and neck right now. Three passes through Nessa's house here. All that's important is that we grab the cracked bat in Tracy's room and equip it. Skip some dialogue, as well as just being generally good to have a weapon. So yeah, we are quad gaming right now. And for those coming in now, the races are... It's two different races. It's going to be Eagles versus Serra, and DNJ on the right versus Pebble. So top versus bottom. No. Well, no, yeah, it's top versus bottom. If you were gonna pair them up. Alright. So talking to Dad, and we'll finally get to a little bit of actual movement, gameplay, RNG, whatever. Everything this game wants to throw at you, it'll pretty much just do it on the first go here at the hill, so we'll see what the runners get. DNJ and Serra. Serra turning around, DNJ getting a dog stuck on a tree there. Serra having to turn around. You can come on down, man. I have no gates on the commentary room. Doors wide open. Come on in. Alright, so we have a couple of encounters already. We've got so we got the black blur fighting DNJ.
It's not blurry for you.
Oh, right.
It's just blurry for me, and only sometimes. Listen, if I close my eyes for like 10 seconds, I get maybe 5 seconds of sight.
Oh, true. Okay, so it's like a superpower. I gotcha.
Yeah, I just gotta recharge my eyesight juice, and then I get eyesight.
All right, so Eagles is there. Serra just made it as well. Of course, our right side racers both got into encounters. So
yeah, left side racers are pretty much equal. I can tell by the yellow pillar. Unmistakable, even if you can't see very well. That's going to be very common now with my commentary, talking about how I can't see.
Staple it in early.
it's going to be interesting because usually on commentary, I pay attention to like, the amount of damage they're doing, maybe if they're slug grind, like what their offense might be, all these things. But I can't actually read what is happening in their text boxes.
That's all right. We can just blame it on the quad as well. The fact that there are 4 races happening. There
are 4 races, and both are pretty much lined up with each other, left versus left, right versus right. They're pretty much equal. So I'm liking how they're keeping it competitive within their respective races.
Yeah, that is actually quite interesting. Shout outs to our restreamer, by the way, tonight is Derek. So thank you, Derek, for restreaming. And I know they just caught up. Either they slowed down one of them, I'm pretty sure, but now we are equal. But the racers are also just equal, so.
Yeah, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun one, I think. Quads are always pretty fun. There's always something to look at, no matter what's going on. It's very rare you get like 4 cutscenes all at the same time.
True, and if there is, that's how things can be pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a good race for all 4 runners at that point.
Yeah, like a quad Tessie, that would be.
Quad Tessie would go crazy. That would go crazy.
Let's see if our runners can pull it off tonight. But our first boss, I saw a 106 for Eagles, and a smash from Ness as well for Eagles. So that's actually pretty fast.
I saw the blue, so that was a freeze there.
And a 121 for Serra. So 2 big buzz hits for our left side runners.
Okay, my eyesight was able to tell it was about a 730. It's a fantastic start.
Yeah, that is incredibly fast. Yeah, that was super fast for Serra. Good hill combined with a really lucky Starman fight.
So Serra right now, that was definitely a 2 cycle. Flyeaglesfly, I think, is getting a 3 cycle. So Starman gonna finally put a halt to the high five-a-thon that was happening where they were completely equal. But not too much distance between them, and obviously arcade can be swingy. There's the slug grind, so still plenty.
Yeah, we'll see how it ends for both of the right side runners, because I know DNJ got a crit on Buzz early on, but not seeming to get anything. But that actually should do it. Oh wow,
they're synced. They're perfectly synced.
I was wondering because they both got. I know DNJ got a crit, but Pebble also got a really high 3-digit buzz hit as well. So just ended up. We're keeping the syncing going. Yeah.
Yeah. Right side isn't ready to give up the sync just yet, but left side just slightly out of sync. That sync can very easily come back. But. Definitely right now, strong pace for Serra. Be interesting to see how well the arcade goes.
Absolutely. The next hurdle. Next major hurdle, of course. There's little bits along the way, but...
Yeah, there's essentially like four sections of on it. It's like the hills with like Starman Jr., Frank and Frankenstein, Titanic Ant, and then Captain Strong. Those are like the 4 main sections that you divide them into.
Beat all those without dying, and that's a pretty good time.
Yeah, as long as you can get through them without dying, you can get pretty decent on that time. Anywhere in like the the 27 to 33 minute range, like that's all pretty good on that. All right, Flyeaglesfly now going to be walking their Zeus. I saw Serra had a crow, but she expertly kind of walked by it. It was just a black blur for me. It was great. And
Eagles,
nothing for Eagles, yeah.
Not getting the same treatment. Not too many spawn plates there, but any of them can be quite annoying to deal with.
Yeah, well, let's look at the sync up now, because they're also walking in their zoo.
Yeah, this could separate them, but I mean, if both of them get the clean walk, then we're still synced.
Oh, no, the snake! You jerk!
I always do it. I'll wait to my grave.
All right, so the syncing is over. It is now time for everyone to be at slightly different sections. And here we see Serra walking down towards the arcade. I'm gonna see this first Pogo Punk fight. Yep, exactly.
The true RNG hurt. Wow, first charge.
Oh, 11. Okay, I think my eyesight is starting to like level out because I'm actually being able to sort of like. I'm liking this.
So get a little scary. Ness luckily only missed once, but even one miss is kind of your brow is sweating.
It was actually scarier than you think. Because, Serra did exact damage to kill that Pogo Punk.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
So if you do 11, 11, 12, it's not enough damage.
Oh, wow. I would cry.
So they have 35 HP. I'm almost positive.
I think I would shed a tear if that happened to me.
Yeah, so it is a thing that can happen where like you don't kill them in 3 rounds, you have to kill them in 4 rounds because you just roll low enough on the hits.
Which is still infinitely scary because these guys seem to like to charge every turn. So
yeah, I mean they have two things that you'd prefer. The weak attack is like really weak, and then obviously they have the one where they just fall down, which does nothing. But they love to charge forward, it seems.
Pebble just saw twice, so nice. Just got through that Pogo Punk with 0 damage taken.
Yeah, Pebble with a nice amount of HP coming into this second Pogo Punk.
Yeah, DNJ getting the weak hit and a charge. And a miss on this. Ooh, this is okay. Was close.
Serra on Frank now.
So Frank, the classic, take a hit. Definitely grab that heal. Ooh, okay, almost. Maybe did a bad thing.
Yeah, it depends if Serra uses turbo or not. It's very easy to accidentally just like be using turbo.
For sure, I've been there.
And then overmash or almost overmash. You kind of gotta catch yourself.
So dipping into both burgers here. Gets a dead turn. Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately,
3
Serra
turns in a row.
Yeah, but Serra missed a lot of the time, so it was kind of just like okay, my bad.
It was. Yeah, they paid it back.
Yeah, my bad. I guess I'll give you 3 talking nasties in a row because that was mean.
That was mean, because Serra definitely had to dip into both burgers there, which gonna leave them a little light. Oh, okay, well, that'll help.
I see a crit.
Yep, and dueling Frankies now on the other side of the triple Frankies.
Everyone else, there's 3 Franks on the screen. This is too many Franks.
Yeah, just trying to balance between... Oh, I see a crit for Eagles to finish it off. Not sure what turn that was.
Alright, looks like Possum is past their Frank.
Yep. I think, Eagle or DNJ was able to save the bread roll up until Frankie and popped it there.
It's actually so risky to do that.
Yeah.
Because the bread roll might low roll. Alright, so that's every single Frank is down. Now we are fighting 3 tanks.
Yep.
Although Eagles might kill the tank before DNJ even gets to it. Alright,
Frankie Stein, the arguably easier fight due to it being scripted for the most part.
Yeah, it's definitely It's definitely the easier fight. I think that's intended because it's like they give you 2 boss fights in a row right at the beginning of the
right,
game.
Yeah.
It's like
so
one of
it
the
is
first,
a bit of a hard gauntlet.
It's actually, this is the real first boss of the game because Starman Jr. isn't a real first boss. You can't really die to it.
For
So
sure.
the real first boss of the game, they're just like, hey, how about you fight two bosses?
They're nice. I mean, if you beat Frankie and don't beat Frankenstein, they don't make you go through Frankie again. But
I know, but it is really mean. Like from a design perspective, like,
it is true. Yeah.
They're just like,
want you
hey,
to...
what if you fought 2 bosses just right out the gate?
That is one of the unique points, and it's one of the reasons why Onet's so hard, honestly, for kids probably back in the day.
I think Onet is hard pretty much universally. Like usually a lot of people talk about Onet, like if they're playing casually or they're talking about Earthbound, it's like Onet is like you kind of gotta grind a lot in Onet casually. Because it's just a mean, it's a mean place. It's really like the
I mean, heck, you even grind in the speedrun.
Yeah, well, in the speedrun we kind of have to, but it's like it's casually like you aren't as knowledgeable about the ways to even deal with it, so you kind of got to grind even more than that. It's a difficult part of the game. It's one of the most difficult parts of the game. I think,
and they're not very forthcoming with like where you're supposed to go for the most part as well,
or anything super useful that can help you. Because it's like once you get into giants, like once you unlock the entertainer shack, you can talk to entertainers and they give you a travel charm, but the travel charm does nothing for you. It gives you 50% resistance to paralysis. That's all it gives you.
It's pretty lit.
It's completely useless. I can't think of an enemy that uses. I can't think of an enemy that uses paralysis until like Foreside.
Well, better keep it in your back pocket with your infinite inventory space.
Yeah. You know what's even better? There's a PRV chest that also has a travel charm, so they like double up on it.
Yeah. one for Paula, duh.
Yeah, of course.
Or if you sold it early, then they were like, no. Clearly you need another one. Alright, so...
Please put the travel charm on!
Yeah, they designed it just for you.
Alright, so I think this is Serra's first pack.
Yep, they just got in here, same with Pebble.
And now Pebble finds their first pack instantly. So even though Serra and Pebble are not racing, they're kind of synced right now.
Which we like to see.
We still got some syncs.
We absolutely love to see it. So all runners, of course, shopped for burgers to stock up for the ensuing ant fight. That is everyone's favorite fight in the game, of course.
Yeah, I think the only runner we've seen do a burger skip is Oxwas.
All right, okay, nice.
Versus Andy Perfect, they did a burger skip. It worked out. They didn't die to Titanic Ant.
Worked out until the very end.
Yeah, it worked out. I mean, that race was like 6 seconds apart.
Right, I remember.
Yeah, so it was a super close race. So it worked out. It was a super fun race, super close.
What am I seeing right now? Did Possum forget burgers?
Did they forget Did they No, wait. They got
no.
In. Where
The key to the what?
No, because they got in. Where are they going?
Did they not heal on Frank?
They didn't take the Frank heal.
Oh, awesome. I mean, keep going. Honestly, you can.
It depends how much. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
It kind of depends. But realistically, I would not do this. I would probably even like start cutting into burgers, and then just hope for the best at that point.
Yeah.
Because this is a big time loss having to walk all the way down here. This gives DNJ a tremendous time to take a lead.
But the committal was made, and we have our psychic points. We're going back.
Yeah, I mean, at the very, they made it as quick as possible, I suppose.
Sure.
And the slug grind can still go quite well for them. I think they accidentally walked back into the shaft.
I've been there. Speaking of slug grinds, I believe Serra's looking at. Oh, Serra's heading for the ladder, so maybe they're a lot further along than I was about to say.
Yeah, I think she's taking this mouse fight because maybe she's looking for a 4-pack on the second floor and potentially just trying to fight like 2 mice and a 4-pack. She might be at 16. It's been hard with a quad. It's almost impossible to keep up with everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Eagles fought a weird single stomp pack in the beginning, but he's been steadily. Pack. Which one? Oh, the one
on Serra's screen.
Sarah's stuttering.
Yeah.
So she must just be going for that 6-pack straight up then at this point.
Interesting. I would always take the 4-pack.
Right? I mean,
because actually 6-pack. So like 6-pack is good because it gives you exactly the amount of slugs you need if you're at that number. But realistically, the 6-pack fight is extremely slow.
It is.
And so if you could take a 4-pack fight,
it doesn't kill one.
I kind of prefer the 4-pack fight into a 2-pack fight if I can get it, but I guess theoretically the 6-pack fight is faster. It's just right there, and the 6-pack
you do get the added bonus.
The 6-pack's not guaranteed. It's
not. You're right. But you get the bonus if it's there. If you do it, and if it goes fast, then you don't have to generally deal with anything on the top floor. You get some iframes to kind of get to the point where you don't really have to stutter much on the other spawn plate.
Yeah, but I think there's enough like stalagmites on the top floor that you can use them to your advantage.
Not denying that.
I don't know. It's definitely the 6-pack is definitely the better play.
You can get screwed by it though. Absolutely, it's happened to everyone.
There's times where I get the 16 slugs, and I'm like, oh, cool, I just need a 6-pack, and then I go to the top floor, and I'm there for like an hour.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. And speaking of, Sarah still got into another fight anyways, so. But nothing too hard to deal with. Unless that was intentional. Nope. So many slugs on screen, we're gonna just trust our runners to keep count.
Yeah, I mean, they'll know when they're... We got a bomb drop on Eagle's side.
Oh, nice. That is especially since Eagles is a little behind. That's gonna help quite a bit.
And that was their last slug pack. They just hit level 8 as well.
Nice. I don't know if I saw Pebble level, so I'm wondering if Pebble's going for the 6-pack. Yeah, Pebble did the walk back to Frankie, so
it's possible, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It looks like DNJ is level 8 because they're just stuttering straight to the door.
Going for it.
Serra starting Titanic Ant.
Alright, next hurdle boss, of course, here. Titanic Ant has a lot of different moves. Throwing out rock-ins. Ooh, is that a 60? That's not that good.
You're gonna have to tell me.
Yeah, that's true.
So Sarah's in a bad spot right now. She really needs... Yep.
The wife up.
Yeah. So it's tempting to want to do the 2 rock-ins regardless of whether or not you get hit, but that is one of the unfortunate possibilities. So this gives, especially with that bomb drop, this gives Eagles potentially a big lead.
Yeah, this is really good for Eagles, and DNJ also going to Ant to try their chance at it as well.
You're gonna have to tell me what the rockin' does.
Yep, I got you. So we got a defense down turn 1 though, so which is already 65. Rockin' not being good today.
Yeah, it's below average. The average is like about 70.
So we can definitely, at least it's killing the ants. So not worst case scenario. 61. Wow.
Okay, so
we're gonna have to try a bit.
It just did half its HP. Titanic Ant has 235 HP.
Okay, so it gets a dead turn with the magnet when they're already done with all their psychic points. They were even able to get a life up out of their psychic points before they got taken away. So nice, they're dipping into burgers. Now just standard stuff. You see your health go below that kind of 50 threshold. Yeah, you start burgering.
Looks like DNJ is having a pretty halfway decent fight. Not like incredible, but definitely solid.
Yeah, not getting smacked every turn, getting dead turns. Shield is down. So had to deal with a shield on top of some low rock-ins, but there it is.
Alright, Titanic Ant down for DNJ. We have a rockin' on Eagle's side.
79.
Okay. above average technically.
Yep, best one all night. Got that bomb in the wings. Dip it into burgers to play it safe first.
You want to use the Rockins first, if you can, which is what
For sure.
Eagles is doing.
Yeah, because Magnet will take that away as soon as 52. Wow, Rockin' is.
He has 2 bombs.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that. What is that?
He has 2 bombs.
Eagles, let's go, dude. All right, well,
I mean, when you got 2 bombs,
it
doesn't matter if your Rockins roll like trash.
Yeah, you own Ant in that situation. He is scared.
Yeah, pretty much the only thing Ant can do to you at that point to really ruin your day is crit you, which he can do. Like, there are plenty of runners. A bomb used to be like a bad omen, because there was a lot of times where people were like, "I got a bomb drop," and then Ant just crit them, and then they die. And it was like, oh, well, the bomb didn't help there. But I mean, Eagles had a nice fight. The 2 low rock and rolls. Who cares? I got 2 bombs, buddy.
Just yeah. I'm a little floored. I don't know if we've seen 2 bombs in Super Series. You'll have to tell me you've seen more Super Series than I have.
There's definitely been 2 bomb drops in Super Series before. Obviously not common, but it has happened. I think Possum may have had the best Titanic Ant out of them all, even with the double bomb, because they got through that pretty quick. They're on their way out.
Yeah.
I apologize to Possum if they're watching this back. We just completely missed your fight, but there was 2 bombs. I mean,
there was 2 bombs. That was pretty crazy. But
all right,
I'm assuming you had some pretty good Rockins.
Yeah, Serra on the refight. Outspeeding here is actually kind of nice.
80, so much better Rockin'. Mm-hmm. And getting a shield turn 1, unfortunate, but not the worst thing to deal with. 83, perfectly average.
Yeah, that's still a good chunk of the Titanic Ant HP.
For sure, just got to work through this shield now. Got a lot of burgers. Didn't use any on the last go after all.
That's a crit. I just talked about Titanic Ant critting you.
We were just healing, so not the end of the world. A dead turn, defense down. Shield still up. Ooh, attacking on 50 HP. Definitely not the 26 is definitely mashable.
Yeah, 26 very mashable for sure.
Yep, gets a crit. Nice.
Shield. Also kills the Ant.
Everyone is through.
Yep, DNJ through their first cop. Eagles and Possum are kind of close to synced. Everyone's 3 of the runners are on
3 burgers on DNJ. Dipping into a few right now to kind of heal up and getting a nice crit because I'm pretty sure they hadn't hit that cop yet.
It's a very, very nice crit.
Pebble has tons of burgers. You're right. They must have had a crazy Ant fight.
Yeah, if they have a ton of burgers.
Yeah. Nice. Crits everywhere for these cops. No mercy for these cops.
DNJ with another crit.
I'd love to see it. Screw these guys. Get them out of here.
So DNJ on the 4th cop now.
So DNJ said crit 2. I think 2 pretty good crits, like not last turn crits. So
yeah.
Not a lot of heal items, though.
Yeah, honestly, the crits have been extremely clutch for DNJ because they don't have that many burgers.
True. 30 psychic points, though, so plenty of juice to go into strong with, depending on a weak attack for the final hit.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
So very nice. 65 HP and 30 psychic points going into strong is pretty healthy. 3rd cop for Pebble. And I'm not sure which one for Eagles, but it's one of them.
It's a crit for Pebble.
Oh, wow, very nice.
Strong.
Going for the life up.
Just keeping it safe.
All right, not a submission hold, so should be able to just close it out with the 2 Rockins. Nice.
Nice. Nicely done. 28 something.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, anything sub 30 is is what you're always like shooting for. But if you still get like between 30 and 33. I still think that's a strong Onet time. There's a lot of different factors in Onet. It's a very RNG swingy place.
For sure.
Now we got Possum starting strong, it looks like.
Yep, and I believe Eagles just finished the last cop. Went kind of slow there, but good HP amount to go into strong with. Probably going to open up with the heal regardless. Ooh.
They got crit. I think I see
105.
Yeah, 105 is 15 away from max. The max damage is 120.
So that's wow. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, strong only has 140 HP. So
you could have even.
He was not long. You could have bashed it out and probably.
Yeah. Eagles healing up a submission grapple there, then going into another rockin'. Gets a dead turn.
Nice. And then
64.
Not enough with the 2 rockins, it looks like, but I think they both hit.
Grapple missed.
Yeah.
So that was quite nice. Nice crit for Serra. Everyone is critting the cops today.
Good. Absolutely deserved.
So third cop. So Serra really actually just closing the gap for taking a death on Ant.
Yeah.
And versing someone with 2 pops.
She took a death on Ant and also kind of got into some like time wasters on the way out.
I saw, a couple Ant fights.
Yeah, it's like even if you just quickly run from them, it's like just that whole thing is like, why are you doing this to me? So we got the right side runners, which are racing each other for clarity. This quad is not 4 racers racing each other. It is the left versus the left and the right versus the right, respectively. So both of them in Tucson, pretty close together. Maybe at most a minute apart.
For sure. So anything can kind of swing that in PRV. Just takes a couple despawns in Sprout Tunnel to close that gap up. And Eagles entering Tucson now. Of course, all of our runners have to go through this cutscene bonanza here. Don't think anyone's going to do anything too crazy. We're going to see a lot of department store saves, which are standard. No Voglers.
Serra, looking like she's going to potentially... I see. She's just playing it as safe as possible. She rolled so high on the rockin' that she was like, I don't want to do this other rockin' and then have it miss and then be like at low HP in a situation. So I'm just going to bash it out. Which makes sense. I think that's a smart way to handle that.
Hey, at the very least, she probably needs to do one more butterfly.
I don't think she took a hit in the last turn, so she could just do 1 butterfly. It depends if she has like
she
10.
Probably still needs to.
It depends if she has like 10 or 12 psychic points. Realistically, I think she probably still gets 2. But I think she could potentially get away if she has exactly 10. I kind of want all of the psychic points, so I would get 2, but she might skip the second one. Because technically all you really need is 30 psychic points. All you need is 2 rockins for the shack fight, realistically.
Right.
So having 30 psychic points is enough. But the reason why I like the extra psychic points is because you get an IQ level up in that whole process, and then you might get an extra rockin' that you can use on Car Painter and stuff like that. And that can speed up the Car Painter fight a lot as well.
So Swiss is basically, it's how we are. It's a form of seeding. Well, I'm sure you can do the actual tournament like it too, but we're choosing to do it as the seeding portion of it. But basically, it's a format of tournaments where for the first round, everyone fights whoever, and then the second round, the winners, like the 1-0s, fight the 1-0s, and then the 0-1s fight the 0-1s, and then the third round, 1-1s fight each other, 2-0s fight each other, etc., etc.
Yeah, the idea behind Swiss is that it is a multi-round tournament format the idea is that if you win, you play people of your equal record, i.e. people who should be as strong as you. And then if you had lost, You play people still over equal record because you're fighting similar skill level opponents, and then that way, we can use that for seeding. A lot easier than something like doing group pools or round robin, because it gives everyone. If like the first round is the most random, and then every round after that suddenly becomes more about fighting someone of your skill level, and so on and so forth. Like as you go further on, you're really tightening down those matchups to being specifically of their skill level.
Well, yeah, there's gonna be some upsets, if two really strong people fight each other in the first round, that means that one really strong person is gonna lose. So.
Possum getting into a double mushroom fight here. It looked like they tried to sneak past a mushroom, thinking that their aggro radius was just a hair smaller than it actually was. It is very small, but it's not that small.
Not that small, yeah. So, not the end of the world. Dump a rock, and we got butterflies to make that back up, anyways.
Yeah. Speaking
of,
yeah.
Hey, come back!
And now DNJ, the first one to PRV proper.
Seems
and
like a pretty
Sprouts
nice.
And Pincered. Let's see if they can. They don't have to pull off anything crazy like Slug did, but
yeah, that was actually a pretty good placement on those Sprouts for that.
Mm-hmm.
And nice movement on the spawn plate despawn there.
Yep.
One of the little quirks of Earthbound is, of course, the grid-like spawn plates that it has. So there's just a few spots you'll see our runners do in Boogey Percent where they kind of just do a little movement, glide along a certain line or something to kind of despawn something up ahead, just because it abuses it.
You saw DNJ actually do it there. They walked on the left side after the bridge there.
Oh yeah, there's a couple in PRB, right? Yeah.
Yeah, if you walk on the left side of that tree and just kind of hug the left side of that whole section, it really kills the odds of the spawn plates ahead of you from having a bunch of trees. Doesn't kill it entirely, but it really reduces the rate.
Yeah, so little micro movements like that you'll see a lot of our runners employ. Little stuff like that is just little knowledge checks almost. Little shopping for DNJ. Of course, skipping this is just a little micro save, and it's fairly risky. So, and DNJ has no reason to while they're ahead. So,
yeah, I mean they might not know they're ahead.
That's fair. That's fair. Because not everyone watches.
Yeah, exactly. I do want to point out that Serra has gained a lot of time on Eagles, because they are both on their way back to erase the pencil statue.
For sure.
So Serra.
Yeah, we saw this on Cops. Serra was nipping at the heels. So.
Mm-hmm.
All it takes is some. I mean, these parts are very side scrollier, of course, but there's still time to make up in despawns, and if your movement is tight, so there's little bits here and there to make up. Both, of course, despawning aforementioned tunnel.
Yeah.
Think Serra just they're high-fiving now.
Yeah, they are completely synced up. It's whoever's the first through this. You can't
Eagles got chased. Yeah, they both actually getting pinned in. Eagles breaking through.
Shack fight now. For DNJ.
Wow, I look away and DNJ is in shack fight. It's kind of crazy. So seems like it's gonna go to an average shack fight of 2 Rockins. Only managed to kill 1, of course. Then when you roll high on the second one.
Always, it feels guaranteed somehow.
Ooh, tree after possum now pincered in a kind of horrible spot. These spawn plates are awful down here.
They are. If you went to the right, there's actually a bomb right over there that sometimes is worth grabbing if you just are like, I'm over here anyway, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it really makes Car Painter really like consistent. You just chuck a bomb at him.
Yeah, extra damage there. Why not, right?
If I'm down there, but realistically, I'm not gonna try and go down there anymore. It was a strat that we explored for a little bit, mostly because in manip runs, Shack Fight is Shack Fight and Carpenter are really scary in O-Net Manip runs.
Ooh. Eagles
We
gets
have
into a UFO.
A UFO fight. That's the worst fight you can get into in PRV. They're very, very fast. They hit hard. They can make you have a stuffy nose. Rockins have a high chance to missing them because they're so fast.
So that's gonna help Serra pull ahead because and Serra has the skip strat going for it.
Yep.
And very that's why you have it.
Very
so
nice
choosing not to despawn that, just getting around it with the skip sandwich speed there. DNJ getting a joiner on HQ Cultist.
Yeah, that's why you see this rocking.
Yep, so that's why it's good to hold the rockin' until turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Serra definitely, if Eagle's actually way up here in
yeah, the UFO fight.
PRB still.
The UFO fight really cut into their lead.
Yeah, Serra kind of screamed through PRB.
Mm-hmm. And it's a UFO and double sprout fight. Worse. This could be a death here for Eagles, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard to get through this one just by fighting it. So
they're trying to run, but this is impossible because you have like a negative 30% chance.
Yeah,
to
this UFOs are fast.
UFOs are very fast, so you're not gonna have a chance to run until about like turn 4. Turn 4 or turn 5, something in that range. And by the time you do have a chance to run, it's like 2%. So it is a desperation play, but unfortunately, that fight was too brutal.
Meanwhile, DNJ on Carpainter gets a reflect, and I believe they are in the second cycle. No, that was the first cycle, so that's the life up.
Well, it could be the second cycle
or
after the life up, but it doesn't.
I thought I caught the beginning. So okay.
They have 4 HP. Let's see what the level up gives them. They get vitality, 18. So they're getting at least a little bit. Yep.
So they're definitely within 1 hit of the mole. So ideal.
Yeah, they could probably defend on the mole if they wanted to, just to save time instead of using the ATM card.
I actually have no idea what the ranges are, so I don't know if 18 would be safe or not.
18's on the high end. There's a chance it doesn't kill you, but I'd probably still go for it.
That's right. We ball. That's right. All right, gets the skip sandwich. So DNJ having a pretty good. I mean, anytime Carpainter ends it in like the first couple cycles is pretty much ideal. So
yeah, absolutely.
And you always want to see reflex. So DNJ just kind of having a pretty standard, nice flow of their boogie run here. Nice crit for Pebble.
Yeah. I kind of like that guy to beat me up a little bit so that I have less health coming into Carpainter. But
true, if you get a really good Carpainter.
Yeah, because if Carpainter one-shots himself right now, then Possum is going to have like 120 HP.
True. I guess, yeah, would you rather Carpainter... I guess, yeah, it's did you take the fight against the mole forever, or do you take the bad Carpainter where he beats you up?
Yeah, it's tough to call.
Yeah.
But it looks like we're not even getting that situation, so it is going to be nice. Like, it is nice now that you can play through the rest of the fight and get the hit on you so that you lose a little bit of HP.
For sure.
And you don't have to worry about dying or anything like that. Like, they could take another hit and they'd
nice. 115 rockin'. That's pretty chunky, actually. And a reflect. That's going to do it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
That rockin' was huge. They got 2 rockets on Carpainter, actually.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. I mean, they crit the...
Yeah, that's right, the HQ Cultist.
Yeah, they crit the HQ Cultist. We don't know how their Shack fight went. So they may have been able to save a rockin' on that.
Still fairly notable, I'd say. But good fight regardless. Got to reflect there to finish it off. We'll see DNJ go down fairly fast to that mole. Serra also.
And that Carpainter's down.
I blink. And he's gone. So Serra probably had a pretty good one as well.
Yeah, but Serra getting a chunk of HP, 96 HP. We're getting into a spin and robo fight on Flyeaglesflies.
Not having the best time in PRV here.
Yeah, spin and robo better than the UFO. Spin and robo is a lot slower. Has a lot more wasted turns, realistically. Like you can technically run away from a spin and robo on the first turn. It's not likely, but it's technically possible.
Right. So gets a cold, has to burn a rock in, so not the best situation. But
yeah, they
out of there.
But there's 2 butterflies that they'll be able to get up here with the life up, and then the healing. So they're gonna go to the right here. There's a chance they get really hard pincered, which is unfortunate, but we'll see how it goes.
Doesn't seem yet. Nope, they managed to make it past. We'll go for the butterfly. Oh.
Butterfly is protected, so
yeah, flying away.
And then they have to respawn this butterfly because they need it again.
There are definitely worse spots to have to respawn a butterfly at, but yeah, this one is you can get pincered. Pretty rare though.
You can, yeah.
But grabs both into PRV and yeah, Paula for Serra.
And Possum going into their death warp as well. I just want to see if Eagles gets into Happy Happy. And it looks like they're gonna do it. Okay.
So Mole luckily opens up with Paula dying, so not a bad go for Possum, but seemingly gonna need to take 2 hits for Ness.
Technically possible for 1. Unlikely though.
We did just see Paula take 65, but I was thinking Ness probably has more defense, right? Yeah.
He does, but the Mole's range is still crazy.
Okay. Well, it's still pretty fast. Oh no, Eagles having a horrible time right now. Luckily didn't get that joiner. Yeah,
did not get the second guy there. You can't run from this guy, so you have to kill him. Serra going for... It looks like they're going for the life noodles.
Oh,
they didn't save at the bus station, so I'm not sure really about this.
Department store Vogler.
Yeah, it's a very strange play that I don't think really saves any time. But it does save on money, I guess. It does also, like, if you get into this fight, these guys kill you a lot quicker than the Mole is ever gonna kill you.
That's true. So maybe they were thinking that's the play because of their health pool. Because they saw, oh my god, Ness has 96 HP.
Like, going for the UFOs and PRV at high HP has always been a thing people consider and do quite a lot. Just because, like, they're way more aggressive than that Mole will ever be.
For sure. I mean,
but they did not save in the department store. They're all the way back in Onet.
Serra. Okay, I mean, it's bad, but like the walk to Tucson is like,
it's not bad.
It's a lot shorter than we think.
But it is like... shorter, and Eagles is far enough behind that I think Serra is still going to keep the lead. But it is always it always feels like crap when you forget.
It's just like, oh my god, I'm in Ness's house right now.
That happens a lot to runners who are like, oh, I'll because when you do the Vogler, you still withdraw from the department store, but you save in the bus station later. But it's really easy to yes.
Why?
Because it's faster.
It's faster than withdrawing from the because you don't have to walk backwards. I see.
Because
you get to applicants.
Correct. So
really, it's faster to walk in the department store out of the really interesting.
Yes, it is faster.
I believe you. I'm just saying it's interesting.
So it's one of those things where it's like, if you are intending to save in the bus station, but then your muscle memory just kicks in, you're just like, why would I save in the bus station? I never save in the bus station.
Yeah, exactly. That would be silly. But Eagle is finally catching a break. Seems to have a pretty okay shack fight. Get through that pretty fast. As DNJ, our first runner to 3, on their way. Right side bus, pretty clean one at that.
Nice right side bus, and very nice movement to go above the little lamppost there.
You do love to see that.
Possum watching the show. They're not that far behind.
Yeah, it's true. One cutscene. Cutscene is some change. You got the little bit with the runway 5.
It's like a minute 30, maybe close to 2 minutes.
Definitely still in it. Definitely still in it. Some shenanigans can happen in
Winters is definitely a place where leads can change hands.
And if we've already had a 6-second difference race in the Boogey so far, it can happen anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, mine yesterday was like a 20-second difference, something like that.
So I mean, they can get pretty close.
Yeah, they get pretty close.
I'm pretty sure we've had them within like in past years. We've had seconds.
No,
like,
we've had ties. We've had ties before.
Really interesting. Yeah. Gosh.
It's extremely unlikely, but it happens.
Right? You would think in a game like this, but that is the wonder of it. All right, so Eagles is gonna march on to Car Painter as well. Serra now doing their own Runway 5 show after their long odyssey to Tucson.
DNJ gonna be traversing the graveyard.
Maybe not. Just something spooky up there.
Yeah, some trick-or-treat kids maybe having a little too much fun.
Hooligans out on the street.
Yeah, just get these hooligans out of here.
Alright, so they definitely feel something going down, but mostly empty. 1 despawn.
So I actually, personally, I like just walking down to that little grass patch.
Just anyways?
Because it's hard. Sometimes if there's a single fly, it's very hard to see.
Oh yeah, and it gets stuck on that tree.
Yeah, and then you just get like sideswiped by it. So I usually like walking down to that regardless.
Ooh.
And then just going up, and usually that will make it empty. It's not guaranteed, but usually that will make it empty. There's a chance they run here. I think they did trigger the cutscene.
They did trigger the cutscene, yeah, so it's not the end of the world. Still time loss, but you know, hey, we at least get to just go now.
Yeah, my vision has been going in and out. There's like good sections where I'm like, oh, I can read, and then other times where it's just like those flies. There's no way I could see them right now.
Well, I mean, those are the hardest things to see in the game, so.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't even. It would look like the runner is just walking, and all of a sudden gets into a fight with. Yeah. It's like, what did the grass attack them? I'm confused.
All right, Pebble now arriving in Threed themselves, and Serra going to be on their way very shortly.
Looks like Eagles got through Car Painter. Okay.
So Eagles finally seeming to catch a break. No more encounters, hopefully, moving forward. Extra encounters anyways. But on our way back to Paula, and then Death Warp to get ourselves out of here. I didn't see what HP he got left with, but...
Yeah, we'll find out shortly. Possum doing a good job of recognizing, the trash cans, the Smiling Sams, those puppets, they work just like mushrooms. So they have a very small aggro radius, exactly like them. So you can walk surprisingly close to them and not aggro them.
For sure. Yeah, and get around them pretty easy. Yeah, and then a clean walk out as well.
Yeah, pretty nice graveyard for Possum.
Nothing to shake your fist at. So that's going to help them a little bit, because even though DNJ did not have to worry about the walk back, they still took a little bit of time fighting those flies.
Yeah, the fight is definitely slower, no matter what.
Yeah. They took a few turns, and they didn't even get to run away in the end, so...
Oh, okay. So Eagles has 22 HP. That's a great amount.
Ideal, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely too high for defending. But you could easily get one shot by the mole. I don't think the mole can not one shot you at 22. Unfortunately, So fun fact for runners: that mole is supposed to be 100%. If he doesn't spawn, just walk down and walk back up. He will come back.
He just was on vacation.
Yeah, because I think it's slower to walk to the second spawn plate, because the second spawn plate's not guaranteed. And that first one is almost always guaranteed. We know this because when we manip that section, it was very difficult for us to find a mole that we could realistically get by without problems.
Yeah. I see what you mean, because he's always there.
He's always there in the manip. He spawns so far to the left that he gets like stuck on the wall. So
fair, yeah, it's a good way to do it.
That's what we do for manip instead of just trying to find.
You just tuck him away in the corner.
Oh, yeah. Gut save though for the.
When you don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Of course, it's on Ness, and
oh, okay. So that
you can definitely start defending with Ness at 1 HP. There you go.
Okay, so that was 95%. It's still you still just walk down, walk back up. I think that's faster than walking to the second spawn plate.
Imagine getting rolled on 5% Earthbound, man. So finally, Eagles takes it and is now on his way to get Paula back.
DNJ got their bubble monkey. They can skip this crow if they walk correctly. That's how.
Yeah, it seemed. Yeah, okay.
So it's really easy. Getting a crow there is usually what I prefer, mostly because I don't particularly want safety dog. Or I mean, I'll take it, but I prefer just to go through because
just go for it. Right.
Yeah, that's faster. I like the thing that go fast. Yeah. And so the crow is the best thing possible in my eyes because it's really easy to get them stuck on just that stupid cliff, and then you can just walk right by them.
For sure. Yeah, either way works. You know, you can even. I think you can even skip the dog too.
You can skip most anything there. The dog and gruff goat. Usually you have to despawn. And so you're dependent on nothing being too close to the left of you.
Right, so you don't get pincered.
Exactly. So crow is something that you can just like safely, no matter what. You don't ever have to walk to the left. You can just get him stuck.
And of course, we have our first Tessie of the evening, DNJ.
Yes, we do have our first Tessie. We're not far from our second and the third.
Yeah. So unfortunately, no quad Tessies tonight, but the dream is still out there. Can be realized one day.
There is a quad on Friday.
That's true. Another chance. Oh, speaking of gruff goats in horrible spots.
I hate when he's there. It's like, you shall not pass.
Yeah, literally gatekeeping, yeah. Yo, thank you for the gift subs, Rizu.
Thank you, Rizu. That is very kind.
And I actually gave one to Daniel. Wow, congrats.
I did it. I'm the best.
I hope you enjoy your lovely EBSS emotes. Your Lardna GG. Your bus. Oh, the bus. That is worth subbing for. Our Eagles for Runaway 5 right now, so a couple more cutscenes for him.
You know, I said it's rare for there to be 4 cutscenes. There was almost 4 cutscenes on this.
Almost.
All right, so we got first proto coming up for DNJ. Unless I somehow get the skip, it is possible. It's very unlikely, just because it's a lot of RNG and it's like also like pixel perfect movement. Don't even go for it. It's fine.
Yeah, it takes a good setup and like Daniel was saying, RNG as well. So very hard on both ends compared to Proto 2 skip.
And
but
nice,
wow, that was nice and fast.
Yeah, 3-shot. You know, it hit him the first turn, made it seem a little scary, and then it tried to call for help, but had no friends. So. And meanwhile, Possum screen, there's another Tessie, so please put the Tessies in the chat, y'all.
Trying to set up this duck skip here by moving that duck down into a certain range. So good start. Trying to break aggro.
Yeah, you break aggro and then pull it down again because it moved left. That's good. Now you hope it doesn't move right.
Yep. And you should be good.
Yep.
Going for the safety croissant. And just go ahead and stock it up on the egg now, might as well.
Yeah, get the full HP. The croissant is likely going to be for Pawn Cave. And then boom, monkey.
Ooh,
stopped
and Bubble
instantly.
Monkey.
He stopped frame one.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, you're not doing this. Chill.
It was like, nice try, because you know they tried that setup. They went for it, and then.
Yeah, I mean that setup is just to try and it's just to try and help it along.
Right. Try and manipulate it just a little bit to make Bubble Monkey try and not do that.
Yeah, but Bubble Monkey can stop, go, and then stop instantly again. He does it quite frequently. It's just to make sure that he doesn't. It's just to try and like, if you just go for it, like he may have stopped before, and then you've already ruined the skip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he chooses chaos.
All right, we're going for some crazy stutters here in room 1. I like it. This is Daniel approved. Very hard stutters to do, but DNJ doing a fantastic job of it so far.
And
this little
always
entrance
incredibly
here,
risky.
Yeah, this little entrance here, it's like you have to be on the right subpixel. But they do it. They got to go up now and around.
Meanwhile, Pebble getting a joiner. Oh, joiner C.
Yeah, this is a scary situation for Possum. Also, Tessie on Serra's screen.
Very good. And bus for Eagles. So 2 cutscenes on the left. But that's fine because we got some action on the right. I'm pretty sure that's a D. Or is that just still B? Okay, no, still B.
Still C.
But manages to run away. And we have the boiled egg, so net neutral.
Gonna go for duck skip.
Yeah, nice early setup.
That's a decent setup. It's still not quite guaranteed.
Went to the right.
It went to the right, and then went to the left. This should be good. They should just go for it now. It can still potentially mess up, but
meanwhile,
now
DNJ's second to last pond cave is pretty empty.
Second proto skip for Possum. Possum did not take any fight. Well, didn't gain any levels, I should say.
Yeah.
In this.
But 2 skip brick road, pretty good.
Very, very nice. Possum and DNJ trying to get into this third room.
Yeah, losing a bit of time there, but it's empty finally.
Yep. Meanwhile, Serra about to start her brick road.
Graveyard for Eagles, and seems like Possum. Oh, that's a bit of a gatekeep right there. So you can kind of pull him in like Possum's trying to do.
Yep.
However, it's going to work against you.
That is the way you do it. You try and pull them down as much as possible, and then go up and around. But your stutter's got to be really on point.
It's hard if they're already spaced apart because you not only have to you got to pull them together too.
Yeah, it's a very, very difficult situation. But I mean, they didn't actually take that much damage from that fight, and it went by pretty quick.
Yeah, mice can be kind of scary, but seems like they got good deal there, and maybe this gonna have to stutter here, and there's a lot here.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
There are four little things, but they're actually threading the needle a little bit. Picks up the burger. Should be able to get out of this, but monkey. Okay, wow, that was a monkey went around it.
With my eyesight, everything's a slug right now.
So they're going for the super shutters in here by deciding not to despawn anything, but they're getting lots and lots of slug/ants.
Or whatever they are. I don't see a fight starting yet, so they must be.
Yeah, so they're getting pretty good. They're getting a few chases.
Possum!
But Possum is demonstrating that they have been practicing their stutters, and this final, almost empty. One despawn. Listen, that was a really clean pawn cave.
Yeah,
absolutely. Props.
Like the first, that first stutter, maybe the hardest one. They got into the fight, okay, but everything after that, like. Whew.
Yeah, that was a hard situation. There was definitely about 3 or 4 things per plate they were trying to get around. Luckily, they had a few empty rooms, but mostly good stutters. But this last despawn being a bit of a trouble. just trying to get these mushrooms on the right. That's risky.
That's risky, yeah.
You know they want it super bad.
I wouldn't.
This ball rocket.
I was like, you can maybe do that, but I wouldn't.
That's a little more.
It's safer because they're lower. So the idea
there before, but yeah.
So the idea there is that you wait on the rope. You aggro them, but you wait on the rope because if you just hold up on the rope, they'll aggro you and then they'll swing upwards as you're going upwards.
Right.
But if you wait on the rope, you verify that they get caught. Yeah, they get caught on the wall, and then you go, cool, I'm good. And then if you're not good, you just go down.
Interesting. I don't think I knew that. So you learn something new every day.
I mean, Serra is starting her pond cave. She does not want to try any of those stutters.
Yeah, so I mean, some of them are a little impossible, almost.
Not impossible, but like you basically need to you can't mess up once.
Right.
You have to pull them slightly, and then you better not mess up, like that type of stutter.
So she's just choosing to take the solo thing here. It's actually two things stacked on top of each other. But two slugs, not too threatening.
Possum starting their Skyrunner, and I believe as DNJ is finishing their Skyrunner.
So about 2.5 minutes behind, or is it?
It's like 3 minutes, but yeah.
It's like a 3-minute cutscene, yeah.
Yeah.
So DNJ really, I mean, DNJ's had a pretty stellar run so far.
They've had a great run. This run is very, very strong.
But you will see how Boogey treats them.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any dumb zombie dogs down by the tent down there. It sure would be a shame if there was a stupid zombie dog. I'm not actually mad about it anymore. I just think it's funny. For context, yesterday in my race versus Peen, there was a zombie dog right there, and I was like, oh, this sucks. It's like, maybe I would have won if it wasn't there. But, I mean, Boogey Tent still could have killed me, so...
It's always the dog.
It's the stupid dog. But it was the rudest thing. It was just rude.
DNJ doing some shopping here at the very end. Some arms dealing.
Just playing it safe. Maybe they do know they have a lead.
Hopefully the feed comes back. Okay, good.
Yeah. Serra trying to get out of Pond Cave now.
I think I saw them do this last week, so I think DNJ is just a fan of the safety bomb in general.
I would rather fight Carbon Dog any day of the week. I'm not scared of Carbon Dog. Alright, Boogey Tent for DNJ.
This is our first one. Let's go. Defend. Paul is using the bomb, alright, and the BBR.
Alright, well, she's dead, so...
Yep, which works in DNJ's favor, so... But I didn't see what happened. I didn't... Did it hit?
Listen, it did hit, but okay. I have an excuse. I can't see right now.
Okay. Down, so I was looking at Paula dying, so...
Alright, so Paula being dead here is actually, for Boogey percent specifically, is very good because you cut down on time from level ups. In a glitchless run, it sucks. You don't want her to die. You don't want anyone to die in Boogey Tent in a glitchless run. It saves 0% of time. But in Boogey percent, this is the
and Boogey is like wins races apparently.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. And this is the end of the run, so it saves a lot of time. And so we're looking like we're gonna get a 107.49.
Which is just nuts, actually.
Very,
DNJ,
very
GG.
strong. GG's to them.
That was a really good time.
Possum just landed in 3. This is a good time for Possum as well.
Absolutely. Like, under 110, you're cruising, for sure. We get a little bit of tent glitch action and double cutscenes again for our left side runners.
Hey, we got the last Tessie of the night. So let me see them Tessies, please.
So Serra luckily was able to come back and have a pretty strong race. had a pretty big setback in the beginning there in Onet. Really big opposition against the 2 bombs, but was able to claw back a pretty good lead here. So
yeah, I mean, she was ahead when she died to Titanic Ant, so
that is true as well. That is true as well. She had a little bit of time there.
You know, there's some padding that she had in terms of not being super far behind.
501, pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, that generally means that all of them hit, which is what you want.
Right on, and we have the rock in for the cleanup and the bottle. Oh, it missed. Just kidding.
It missed.
The other
This
bottle.
frees my kill. This frees my kill, actually. Yeah, I'm the best of all time.
8, yeah, you did call that. 8 damage. You killed it. little dink. Little freeze on top.
So that's GG for Possum. With
this is a
very strong 10. It's like a 110.
Under 110, yeah. If
it's like a 1
enough, maybe.
Maybe it'd be tough. I think it's gonna be like a 110.07 or 110.10, something weird like that. Because Paul is still gaining levels.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Jeff has to get to level 11.
Jeff's a big boy.
Yeah, I'm even wrong about my guess. It's a tiny bit higher, but
still an incredibly strong race from our right side, from every runner tonight, honestly.
Yeah, everyone's playing great. Serra landing in 3, while Eagles is fighting Protoplasm. He called a buddy, which is not what you want to see.
Never.
110.18.
Seems like he's going for... Oh, nope, he's just out of there, because they just both decided to gang up on him. Yo, PB by 3 seconds.
Yo, we take those.
Congrats.
Very nice. Congrats on your PB, Possum.
So, and let me bring up the sheet, because I actually don't know who had what standing where. So this will push DNJ up to the 2-0 bracket. So Pebble will go to 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
And
Serra right now looking to try and also move into the 1-1 as she approaches Boogey Tent. Oh, I thought she was going to get a pizza.
Nope, just doing either a safety save. Yep, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it is basically like Boogey Tent killing her is like the only thing that could really get in the way for her right now.
That is true.
This save makes a lot of sense.
And if you were watching, yeah, that is true. If you're watching the race, you probably know that.
I do believe Serra pays attention to the restream.
So she's going to go ahead and go in for it, though. It's our last stop. Eagles fighting a duck. 596, that'll do it.
And that's GG for Serra.
So nothing too sad from Jeff so far. 300's been the worst, but nothing unmanageable. But yes, big GG's to Serra, and she will for a race, and then I believe, yes, as Daniel said, I believe that was a 0-1.
Yeah, that was an
fight.
0-1.
So she'll be the 1-1, and unfortunately, Eagles will be going to the 0-2 bracket. But that is okay, not out quite yet. I actually don't know how many people they plan to go down, but
well, we're cutting it to 16. So.
Okay. So not quite out yet, but definitely need to step it up. But that is the beauty of the Swiss bracket, of course, as we were saying earlier, is that going up against the other O2s is hopefully going to give you some equal competition to give you a fighting chance to stay in.
Mm-hmm. They just take the most fight. They're just like, oh, whatever, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're right in the middle, it's like, come on.
Just like the pause before it. It's like, oh,
save.
Whatever, man. Like,
both of them showing off their high guts to each other. So it would have been unfortunate because Jeff would have been gone down there, but managed to just get out of that. And potentially calling it? Or...
Potentially.
No, Eagles finish!
You do get a worse time for just calling.
Yeah, DNFing, yeah.
If you do DNF, you have a time of 3 hours as opposed to whatever you get if you just finish. So it's worth it to finish even if you are, if you've already lost. I actually don't have the race room open, so I should probably do that.
He hasn't stopped his timer, but he
in the race room
is not moving.
Race room, I don't see anything either. Yeah, Bub Monkey's just going buck wild.
Yeah. He's going.
Yeah, he's going.
You got this, Eagles. We like to see finish.
Eagles just needs to get to this hamburger.
And he doesn't care about it.
You know what? Honestly, it was kind of spooky because that mouse was slowly encroaching.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you get into no fights here, it doesn't matter if you have 1 HP, right?
Right, exactly. And, the rest of this is kind of, manageable just if you truly just want to despawn it at all. Provided you don't get super pincered, but... Oh, okay, well. Come on, Eagles.
Well, yeah, that's this is oh, you had the boiled egg. And your dad.
Well... My heart goes out to you, man.
It's okay, because, I mean, Brick Road's empty, so...
It's, yeah, for sure.
You just have to walk back into Pawn Cave. There's nothing to practice, Derek. I promise you. You literally just shove yourself in that corner and start checking. There's nothing to practice.
It's much easier. It's easier if you have turbo, for sure.
It's not about mashing fast enough. If you're not in the right spot, then that's what matters. The way the tent glitch works is that this tent is on the edge of the map of Earthbound. And so currently, when you shove yourself into this corner, you are technically checking into outside of the map, which is just random memory. And that's why Possum's screen looks like that.
That's a fun one.
Oh, is there a race also later tonight? Oh, there's one at 11:30. Is that 11:30? Am I reading that right? My blurry eyes are...
yes, there is an 11:30 Eastern one tonight.
So there is an 11:30 Eastern race. It's currently blurry o'clock, so... Possum's screen is how... Basically what is happening on Possum's screen, that's my vision right now.
Oh, so close.
I also took LSD, I should clarify. An unfortunate fight for Eagles.
Yeah,
here.
Just almost made it through, so just slid a little too far in the left and got into the fight. Almost got through the door with the trigger.
And then the crit.
Dipping into that egg. Of course, doesn't get crit this time.
Yeah. I mean, they're not guaranteed to crit.
No.
I really like what's happening with Possum screen right now.
Just an absolute disco over there.
Yeah, it looks like the Undertale, like, solve the maze, like, minigame. That...
Yeah, I know what you mean. I would have to look away if I was Possum. If that was, just, I wonder what it sounds like.
Oh, so that's another fun part. It does like to play random sounds. That might sound like hell, truly hell.
Quality clown vomit. Yeah, exactly. Eagles just in the trenches right now.
It might sound like hell. I'm just saying it's not guaranteed. Audio just actually 3 music. Yeah, sometimes it just plays random noises. And there's some pretty gnarly noises in Earthbound that if you just play them by themselves, you're like,
oh my god.
That's not a fun noise. So Eagle's just like, get me out of this pawn cave. I will kill everything in here. All right.
Yeah, it's just time to brute force it.
Operation Exterminate Pawn Cave is go.
We're getting Jeff very beefy today. Another level under the belt, and hopefully we can just walk out of here now. And, yep, last spawn plate over.
Yeah, so this third room, thankfully, no brute forcing should be necessary.
Yeah, just despawning.
Just keep despawning. This pawn cave is so mean to Eagles for no reason. I mean, I guess he is killing everything inside the cave.
It has every reason to retaliate.
So it's just like, no. That might. It was like, it was a good idea. I like the idea, but just a hair not far enough.
Oh, he's gonna have to stutter this too if he wants to not have to walk all the way back.
I mean, the walking all the way back thing, and at least in the context, like it only just kind of loses a little bit. You gotta
unless that happens.
You gotta stutter. You can't ever trust Bubble Monkey. Bubble Monkey cannot be trusted.
So let's hope he can make it through this. Going for the auto fight. Might just be trying to go next very fast. Who knows?
Yeah, it might be the case.
Yeah, it's over. The unfortunate thing about Pawn Cave is you don't really get checkpoints like you do for Brick Road. You do just kind of have to go through it all again.
Yep. And unfortunately, Pawn Cave is one of those places that if you are not confident in your stuttering, it becomes that much worse of an area to be in.
Right.
Because, I mean, part of the reason Operation Exterminate Pawn Cave was happening is just because I believe it was mostly just like, I don't really feel like stuttering these, and I might fail to stutter anyway, so I'm just gonna fight them. That way I don't get red swirled.
Right. Yeah, there's a little bit of that, a little bit of probably just kind of wanting to get through. Sometimes some things are in. I mean, it's for sure. There's some hard stutters. Like nobody can deny that. There's some difficult stutters in that place.
There's some pretty straightforward ones, and there's some pretty tough ones. This first room, like the beginning section of this first room, I would say they're all pretty tough. And then when you get to the open section, that can be a little bit easier. Or at least
it's just more worrying about the pincers. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But as far as the actual stutter goes, yeah, you can generally get away with a lot in that open area.
Yeah, Eagles picked up the stun gun in Brick Road, so they're absolutely looking to really
annihilate everything.
Yeah,
even green swirled this one.
Yo, Jeff, baby. Yeah, you should just run.
Yeah. He thought about it. He's like,
I got a stun gun. I might just kill you, dog.
And then he decided to take mercy. He is just mowing through these, which is quite nice to see. Has 62 damage. That's funny.
It is Slug. That's why Airframe said it. He's being Airframe.
Airframe trolling? Never.
Alright, this time the mushroom gets what's coming to him.
As long as we don't get like...
Yeah, as long as we don't get crit.
or shroomed.
I don't think these guys can shroom.
Oh, that's right. I remember hearing about that, yeah. You're right. Which I always thought was interesting, but I guess I thought that would be a really troll for.
It would be
since
truly
there's no
evil.
guy that can remove it. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be one of the most evil things you could do.
All right, finally we are through at least the really grindy parts. There's one more spawn plate up here, but Most upon cave has been conquered.
Still grabbing the bottle rocket. I approve. They're looking at their HP like, I'll just fight
okay.
worst case. That's also a thing you can do. So if you're fast enough off the rope, you can sort of just get you go in and out of their aggro radius really quickly, and then they just are like oh okay, and then they don't go after you anymore.
Yep, just perfectly enough distance away, just to get out of their range. He dipped up a little bit. He's taunting this cave boy.
he's like, fight me, dog, fight me, I'll end your life.
Oh man, I don't know what cave boy did to Eagles, but
I think he's just having as much fun as possible.
Nah, I'm with it. Dr. Anna Nuts here finally, and our Skyrunner, last Skyrunner of the night.
It'd be so funny if Eagles used the revitalizer and then walked out and was like, "All right, cave boy, let's rumble."
Just fun. That's the true victory.
Just go out and just like, boy. Oh, you was talking mad smack.
I would pay money for that, honestly. Our last Skyrunner cutscene of the night. One more vibe and jam here. And then Eagles will have hopefully powered through. Still have to get through tent, of course, but not taking that DNF. Always a good feeling for sure.
Absolutely.
Like we said earlier, if you're coming in or haven't heard, there is another race. Not directly after this, but I think it's an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, yeah.
An hour and a half.
Yeah, so we will
stick
be going
sort of around. Go get some dinner.
It's really late for dinner.
Hey, you don't know where people live.
If you're gonna be up, then absolutely in an hour and a half, please come by, because we have a really strong race. That's going to be Miss Daz versus Andy Perfect.
That is both quite the lineup.
Extremely strong runners. So that
is
a
1-0 bracket, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because Andy was the 6-second winner, right?
That's correct. You are correct.
So it should be a pretty good race, and of course, as Daniel was saying, they were both very strong. The Earthbound mod fight.
Yeah, 2 Earthbound moderators duking it out. Not the first time, not the last time.
They somehow find their ways back. Always. There, one more pass around, and Eagles will be crashing.
Yep.
He'll be bringing this quad to an end.
I saw her time. I didn't catch the full run. I caught a little bit of it. I know she posted a pretty good time in her first race, but it was very early in the morning, and I do have work in the morning, so I didn't really have an opportunity to watch it.
She had one of those like 8:30 runs or something like that.
It was like 9:30, but like that's right in the middle of like morning meetings.
Right, so, right.
I'm like in a meeting and can't watch.
These morning birds and these other time zoners.
I have sleep in the morning. Must be nice.
Exactly. Not even Teddy Baron. Just going for it. I'm done here.
No Teddy Bear.
No zombie dog.
You listen. You're speaking way too soon. There wasn't, but they spawn. They can spawn down below. I know that because that's where that guy spawned for me, and then he spawned to the left too.
Fly hunting Impala, but went for the backup. Oh, rocket and missed.
It whiffed. 42 is good though.
Yeah, definitely can work with that. Got the rocket.
What's exactly one Twitch stream? You know what? I should quit my job for just one Twitch stream. That'll do it.
And it's done.
And GG's to Eagles, finally finishing their run after an epic battle with Pond Cave.
Yeah, for real. Epic battle with a lot of things. That was definitely a gauntlet of things they experienced throughout their entire run. But perseverance is key, and he made it through.
Absolutely.
And he will have a finish run to show for it.
I mean, Derek, no one at any point said that anyone was paying anyone to watch the stream. They just said quit your job to watch one stream. So they said stop making money to watch a stream and then no longer be making money after that stream is over.
All right. I believe it was a 130-15. Something like that.
130-16 according to the race room. Eagles very quickly resetting the timer. Just kind of wants to wipe their hands of that run, be like,
"No, I understand."
I'm glad that's over with. You know, it seemed like it was going to be a super cool run with the 2 bombs, but apparently the curse of the 2 bombs is real.
The curse of Ra
is here.
It does not take prisoners. So, yes, thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you to all of our racers. Thank you, Derek, for the restream, of course. Restreaming a quad is never easy.
Oh yeah, Sarah, Eagles got 2 bombs.
Yeah, geez, Billy, exactly. Thank you, Daniel, for jumping in and making it not so lonely tonight, even if you were blind.
I'm still pretty blind, but I think I
sorry,
did an okay
are
job.
blind.
I did an okay job, I think.
Yeah,
I think it was very fun. Thank you for letting me hop in. Thank you to Derek again for the restream. And also thank you to everyone watching.
Yes. And stick around again, like I said, just one more time to reiterate, 11:30 Eastern, we will be back. Not we specifically, but Earthbound Super Series will be.
I believe Slug will be commentating that one. So
Slug with the graveyard shift.
Yeah,
just kidding.
Yeah, Slug was just saying she has sleep in the morning, so it stands to reason that she has awake at night.
That's fair. It's fair.